The conflict in Iraq has led to a staggering number of civilian deaths. That's according to a new United Nations report. It says nearly 19,000 Iraqi civilians were killed and twice the number wounded in 2014 through last October, many at the hands of ISIL. UN correspondent Liling Tan has more from New York.
The latest UN report details ISIL killings in gruesome public spectacles. People shot, beheaded, bulldozed, burned alive and thrown off buildings, and thousands held as slaves. The victims include government and public officials, doctors and lawyers, journalists and tribal and religious leaders, even women and children, anyone opposed to their ideology.
The kinds of violations that we have documented committed by ISIL could amount to war crimes, crimes against humanity, and possibly genocide.
Based on eyewitness accounts, the UN estimates that nearly 19,000 people were killed and more than 36,000 wounded in a 21-month span between January 2014 and October last year. About 1 in 5 casualties occurred in just 5 months in 2015, between May and October. But the UN says the numbers are conservative estimates because of the difficulty in tracking violations.
The number of casualties could be considerably higher than this. We were hampered by the security situation to be able to document exactly, how many violations occurred, how many people were killed. And also this only captures the people who were killed as a direct result of violence, as a result of suicide bombings, of murders and executions by ISIL, but it does not include those people who have died as a result of malnutrition, as a result of lack of access to medical care, and as a result of lack of access to the basic facilities that they need.
ISIL's brand of violence has been relentless despite steady losses to pro-government forces, said the UN envoy to Iraq, Jan Kubis, and even as a US-led coalition continues airstrikes against ISIL's strongholds in places like Mosul, Iraq's second-largest city. The violence has driven more than 3 million people from their homes, and UN officials are putting pressure on the Security Council for more leadership, on the government to hold accountable those responsible, and on the international community to support Iraq's efforts in driving ISIL out. Liling Tan, CCTV, New York.